Today we're still on our intrepid tour, and before we head to one of the most popular places to visit in Jordan, which is Petra, we're going to check out Little Petra and Wadi Musa. So before we head for the valleys of Jordan, we're going to get to a spot that is not that well known. And here's our tour guide, Bilal. He's always happy, welcoming and helpful. And being part of a small group, it's, there's Cheryl and Dan, and they're from Mexico. Just thought I'd tell you that. Really funny lady. It's not hard learning everyone's name in a shorter time than it would be in a big group of 30 or 40 people, which I don't mind, but this was a small group tour which I chose to do this particular trip with. So there are 12 of us, and I think it was a good number. And there he is, Bilal. Thank you so much, and to you too, back at you.
To see the view, the sunset view of Petra.
Bilal, he has a great sense of humour. And he's also full of information here, like here when he's telling us what's going on.
So here in this village, as I told you, now you are going to see a lot of mules, donkeys, because
And this is one thing I love about bus trips, as opposed to cruises where a lot of people just love cruising, and that's fine, but you won't see this sort of landscape on a cruise. So the bus tour is spectacular, and you see these little things too, just local things that we don't see in our country. And seeing here, Petra has the largest privately sponsored windmill farm in the Middle East. And this is one sure way to find out and definitely know that you are in Jordan. Yeah, because the sign says so. I always look out for these signs. They're very important, and just like my tanned legs, very important. So there's shopping along the way. There's always shopping along the way. If you're female, you'll find it. Great stuff to buy and stuff that you don't need. And but what I love about these stops are the views. The views are spectacular, and the little things you see along the way like that. Unreal. And this is where a small group is good, because we can stop and chat and shop. There you go, shop. And the toilet is always important. And we are now on the way to Petra. So this is Wadi Musa, where we're staying, and I'll show you that hotel a little later on. Wadi Musa, or Valley of Musa, is a town located in southern Jordan, and it's the administrative centre of Petra Department and the nearest town to the archaeological site of Petra, which we go to tomorrow. So it's only 3.5 k's or just over 2 miles away. And there's about 50 hotels within Wadi Musa. And Wadi Musa means Valley of Moses in Arabic. That's just a bit of trivia for you, because it's said that Moses passed through the valley and struck water from the rock for his followers. And the securely anchored balloon in Petra here, where you can see great views very safely. Like you're not really on a hot air balloon, but you are. So where we're heading first is Little Petra, or Sik al-Barid, which means cold canyon. And going here is a little bit different because, well, this is before we go to the big Petra that everyone talks about. So there's no admission fee, and it's a much less crowded than Petra. And the buildings are interesting, and of course the scenery through the desert to get there that we've just done, well, that's worth it alone. So like Petra, this is a Nabatean site, which means a member of the ancient Arabian people who from the 312 BC rather, formed an independent kingdom, and its capital at Petra, which is now in Jordan. And the kingdom was allied to the Roman Empire from 63 BC and incorporated as a province in Arabia in 106 AD. And it has buildings carved into walls of the sandstone canyons, and its name suggests it is much smaller, consisting of 3 wider open areas connected by a 450-metre canyon. And we're walking through the canyon here. And well, I'll tell you, it's often visited by tourists in conjunction with Petra itself, and we're on a tour, so therefore we will get to see the big Petra and the Little Petra, which we are at today. And since we are out of season, it's much less crowded, and that's even better. And you can take your time, and there's no crowds, and look, everybody's happy. And just great things to see and look through, and something close to my heart, yes, a jail cell. Just interesting. There's no prisoners, of course. This is a heritage site, but very interesting to look at. And I tried to get in, but they say once you're in there, it's pretty hard to get out. This is our lunch in Little Petra. We're going to watch how the guy makes the bread. I know we have bread, but we're not in Petra, you know?
For how many years? I just wanted to... Oh, look at these little black things you add to it. Woo! That is dangerous. Okay, that's not nice. How do you not get your arm on fire?
The crowd goes wild.
Fire.
Nice. Nice. How's he gonna do that?
Whoa! Oh, that would be bad if it was. Yeah.
Just want to know what you think. I just want to know what you think of Little Petra.
Okay, do John.
What? You saw the little bubble over her head?
John Wilson.
What am I supposed to say? What am I?
Well, what do you think of Little Petra? What do you think of the tour so far?
tour so far. It's definitely a unique experience for me.
Yeah. Was it hot enough for you yesterday?
Not hot enough. Needs to be hotter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hot stuff, Jonathan here.
Hungry, looking forward to the food.
Yeah, I think we're all hungry.
Yeah.
You hungry, Sam?
Yeah, I'm always hungry.
Always hungry for adventure.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So there's one of the most scrumptious breads I've ever had because it was made right in front of us, as you saw. And there's Hani. Hani's our driver. Great guy. Loved a selfie. And I loved watching him do the selfies because it just cracked me up. But lovely guy. And again, very helpful. And there's our lunch. That's just lunch. It was scrummo and very relaxing. No one rushed us. There's Bilal and Hani, our driver and our tour guide. Perfect. And yes, again, I'll always find the cats wherever I go. Now watch this guy. He's amazing. And I can't believe that he hasn't got a black arm because that was really hot even from where I was standing. Yes. So I'm in Little Petra and we've just had this lunch, beautiful lunch. And look at this place. It's beautiful. And here's the staff. Here's the staff. And here's the staff. Look, they're working. Oh, so it's time to leave. We didn't want to. It was great. Great place. And I'll put the information up there for you if you happen to be in Wadi Musa. So this was our hotel in Wadi Musa, the Amra Palace Hotel. I wouldn't exactly call it a palace. Just remembering we were out of season, so it was quite empty in my opinion. There weren't many people at all. When they set our table was just for us and we weren't to sit anywhere else. I didn't really appreciate that. But look, everyone's happy. Look, they're smiling. We were happy because we were in a great group. But there's the outside of the hotel and it did have a pool and I made use of that pool because it was so hot. The weather is it's warm here, I can tell you. And that was quite refreshing to get in that. It was very clean, well looked after. But these are the rooms. So my place had a bath. I was happy for that because I've got bad legs and anyway, other story. But I enjoy a bath sometimes, especially when I'm trying to relax. And we're on our feet a lot on these trips. But that's the bathroom and there's the bedroom. Pretty basic, but I was quite happy. I had everything I need. I don't really need TV. It worked and it went on. But then I had a single bed, which I know I'm a solo traveller, but yeah. Morning.
Morning.
Did you have good sleep?
Yes.
Yes. You ready to roll?
Of course. And you? Are you excited?
Yes.
Petra? Oh, okay. Excellent.
So here's the food and I'll show you. It wasn't that glamorous. And as I said, I don't know if it was out of season, but I wasn't really impressed with it.
This is coffee.
We ate because we were hungry and we just got us by. That coffee, terrible.
I'm gonna have to put this cup back and get this something else.
There's already 2 cups there.
Yeah, one of them's mine.
No,
I
not
do
yet.
try to put a lot of sugar in, but
Welcome, Erin. She's woohoo! You show pony. She's making my breakfast. Look at that. We're at the Amra Hotel in Petra.
Petra.
You want to go to Petra, don't you? I know, I heard. You're doing a good job.
Excuse me, ma'am. This is yours.
Oh, I'll take it. Sit down, sit down. I'm the waitress now.
Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Erin.
We're gonna...
And I must say the breakfast was a lot better than the lunch. So it was cooked in front of you, which is always a good thing because you know how fresh it is. And this guy did a great job. It's quite entertaining, actually. Woohoo! He was on fire. Oh, not physically, not. He didn't burn. And he also did pikelets, or pancakes, or whatever you want to call them. But hey, look how fast he was. No, I fasten that up just so. But that's how it went. And yeah, they were nice too. So yes, let's say that breakfast was a lot better than lunch. And we were quite happy. So now I'm just going to skip from the breakfast right down to dinner, and we went to a local home, and you can do this with Intrepid Tours, it's all organised. So we go to a local home where they cook us dinner, and there's the locals, the local animals even, nothing like a few camels outside, and there we are just waiting to go inside. So I had a lot of appreciation for this family that opened their home to people from, well, anywhere around the world, and take their time to do this traditional cooking for us that we're not going to necessarily see in our home. And it was a great night. But remember, where your shoes stand at the door usually before you go in. Please. Have some respect.
ثواني.
Yeah.
يلا
يلا.
1, 2. Piece of cake, huh?
Wow. Good one.
Wow.
Very big cake.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
It's great.
Cool. Nice. So pretty.
Yeah.
Boy, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Really heavy.
And yeah, of course, everyone wants photos and video. Well, I want video. That's what you're looking at now. But of course, you're probably never going to do this again in your lifetime.
You can put for yourself whatever. And yeah, later on if you want second round, third round, no problem. For the family that we move here, because since the government, they provide the people the shelter, the accommodation, the electricity, healthcare, and the school. But the father.
So this was a great time for one-on-one with a local family to find out about their culture and their bringing up and their life. And of course they had a lot of questions for us too, because ours is completely different to theirs.
She moved before her father.
So with beautiful surroundings and wonderful company, our night was done. Spectacular. And we saw those famous lights of Wadi Musa on our way home. Thank you to our local family, and thank you to Intrepid for a wonderful tour. I'm Travel Bug Sue. I hope you've enjoyed this review of Wadi Musa, Little Petra, and we'll see you in the next one when we are on the way to Petra. Thanks for watching.